Okay, today I'm joined by Andy Widdop and Tom Fidler. Welcome, Tom and Andy. Can we start by talking about the Taunton match last Saturday? Andy, I know we had problems getting a side out for that match. Would you have taken that scoreline at the start of the day?
Yeah, we would have taken that scoreline at the start of the day, as you say. It was difficult getting the full 20 that we were allowed to have. We went down there with 18, no back replacements. Ollie Spanswick played on the wing, and the three guys that were on the bench were carrying injuries, and so we're only going to use them if we had to, and we had to use two of them. So it didn't look good as we drove down there, but the team, the squad, have made huge improvement in the last 2 weeks, and it was good to see at half time that we were more than in contention. A couple of tries got away from us, and if that hadn't happened, we'd have been going in front. And then at half time, the real buzz in the changing room that the boys felt that they were actually, at long last really competing. And I think it's a testament to them that they made three very crucial replacements at half time. I'm sure that wasn't in their plans at the beginning of the game. And they brought on three guys with real experience. Those that have been following Newbury for a while will remember Sean Fox, and Fox is there for one reason and one reason only, and that's to win ball on the floor, and he did that certainly in the early stages of the second half. But once we got a grip of what was happening and got a bit more competitive again, we then finished the half pressing their line. And I suppose the disappointing thing was that we didn't score the fourth try to get a bonus point, because I think that at the very least that's what we deserved. And so finished the game with a certain amount of disappointment, but a real buzz and feeling that things were starting to go up, and we're looking forward to this weekend.
Okay, so Tom, how did it go from your perspective? Because you did score 2 tries. Can you talk us through them? Can you remember them?
They weren't that impressive. They're just pretty much flop over the lines, but I'll take them. It's 2 more tries to the Italy this season. But going back to what was said previous, it was good that we've actually started to progress forward in a forward fashion for the last 2 weeks. We did it in the second half against Ealing. We put out and set out our stall, and we went forward again from that last week against Taunton. So it's key that we keep making that step, and hopefully this week we go forward again and get something out of the weekend against Canterbury, which is going to be a tough battle.
Okay. I know the supporters admire how the players keep turning up every week in difficult circumstances and keep giving it their best. What keeps you going? What's your motivation?
Well, it's difficult, really.
Is it because you wear a Dalek costume while you're being interviewed for Blues TV?
We have to say that Tom is actually dressed as a Dalek at the moment. I'm not sure why. Maybe he'll tell us.
I think it's all down to the banter we have. If we didn't have fun in training, then I wouldn't be here. But it's not that I love rugby or anything like that. That's rubbish. It's just I enjoy the bunch of lads we're with, and now we know that the boys we've got are going to be here for the long haul. So it makes a massive difference when everyone's on the same page.
Okay. Well, the supporters appreciate what you're trying to do.
And of course,
so thank you. Okay. Andy, how are we doing for injuries? Because I think Joe Carver got injured on Saturday, didn't he?
Yeah, he hurt his foot/ankle just at the end of the first half, and we strapped it up, and his foot. I think someone had stood on his foot, and then he'd fallen as well because his toe was bleeding and his ankle was sore. But it was just enough that he wasn't really getting some weight on the foot, so he was forced to come off fairly early on in the second half, which was a huge blow. I think the boys gained a great deal of confidence from having him around. And the way that we were playing on Saturday, he was very much part of that. But he's going to be down tonight. I hear that he played a game yesterday for his unit, so it's good news in that he's fit enough to play, and he'll be down tonight, and he'll be obviously available to us on Saturday, which will be great.
I understood Joe's reason for not committing to the second half, maybe with a bit of an injury, was for the festivities on the way back on the bus. He didn't really want to join in.
He wanted to save himself
with the banter, so I think he come off, and then maybe on the bus, no one really wanted to trouble him to get up and have a sing or anything like that, because he's quite a big boy, and I shied away from him certainly when he was kipping up. I wasn't going to wake him up.
Okay. Thank you for that player's
It's
insight,
fine.
Tom.
It's fine.
So any other injury worries at the moment?
Well, Tom struggled along with a hip problem, but he seems to have recovered from that. And then the three guys that we had on the bench, well, Nathan we didn't put out at all, just to rest his shoulder, and we will put him through his paces tonight, and hopefully he'll be available. Really, the two from Saturday, which is a little bit disappointing from our point of view. It's not, these things happen. Oscar, who had an excellent game at 10, unfortunately is now in South Africa with the university team playing in a tens tournament, so he's away for a couple of weeks. And Luke Sawyer is not available. This weekend was originally going to be a spare weekend, so some of the boys obviously looked at that at the beginning of the season and gave themselves a bit of downtime. And of course, the rearranged fixtures meant that now it's no longer a free weekend, and so those that had made plans that can't be arranged are stuck with them. So Luke's been playing well and is not available, and Oscar, as I say, will be a big loss because he started at 10 and had a very good game. But everybody else is fit and ready. Those that have been away for a while, Ian Herriot's back with us. George Strang is coming down from Leeds University. And then we've got two new players that we've got registered. Couldn't get them in time for last week, but one of them is a prop called Phil Perkins, though I think most people call him Fred.
Okay.
Don't know why.
Banter.
And then a centre by the name of Tala Patilo, but T to everybody. And both of those will come into the squad and obviously get some game time at some stage.
Okay, great. So, Tom, your thoughts for Saturday?
I'll set my stall out early and say it's got to be a win.
Okay, we hope so. Thank you very much.
Thank you.